Welcome to today's Explainer. We're diving straight into one of the most chilling, literally baffling mysteries in American history. We're talking about the 1971 case of D.B. Cooper, the man who flawlessly executed a mid-air heist, and then, quite literally, stepped off a plane and vanished forever.
So how exactly does a guy hijack a commercial airliner, grab a massive ransom, and then just vanish, completely off the face of the earth? That's the question that's been keeping FBI investigators up at night for over half a century. We are going to break down the details of this fascinating 50-year-old anomaly. It's a case where a single hijacker triggered what would become one of the absolute largest unsolved investigations in the entire history of the FBI.
Section 1. A Quiet Man boards. 1971. The flight from Portland.
I want you to picture the scene here. It's 1971 in Portland, Oregon. Now, air travel back then, it was way more relaxed than what we're used to today. And on this completely ordinary day, a guy checks into his flight using the name D.B. Cooper. He looks, well, totally ordinary. There is absolutely nothing about this guy that would set off any alarms or make you look twice. He's just another traveler heading to his destination.
And that's what is so wild about this. Notice the crazy contrast between his vibe and what he's about to do. He's sitting there in a sharp black suit and sunglasses, acting completely calm. He was famously polite to the flight crew. The guy blended in so perfectly, he went totally unnoticed by the passengers sitting right next to him. He was just a picture of a quiet, unassuming businessman.
Section 2. Wires and red cylinders. The threat in the sky. Then the illusion shatters. It starts with the seemingly polite, quiet exchange. He hands a simple note to a flight attendant, but that note, it says he has a bomb. And just to prove he's not messing around, he casually pops open his briefcase to show her these terrifyingly real wires and red cylinders. In the blink of an eye, this polite passenger turns a routine flight into a high-stakes hostage situation.
Section 3. Ransom and relaunch. The demands.
So what does he want for the lives of everyone on board? He didn't actually ask for millions. His demand was super specific. He wanted exactly $200,000 in cash and 4 parachutes. And, shockingly, knowing what was in that briefcase, the FBI completely agreed to his terms.
Okay, so the plane touches down, and here's how it plays out on the tarmac. It's a very structured sequence. Step 1, Cooper actually keeps his word and lets the innocent passengers go safely. Step 2, authorities hand over a heavy bag packed with $200,000 and those 4 parachutes directly to him. And then, step 3, the absolute ultimate display of brazen confidence. With the cash in hand and the crew still held hostage, he orders the plane straight back into the sky.
Section 4. Leap into the night, vanishing into the storm.
Let's just pause here for a second, because I want the sheer emptiness of this moment to really sink in. They're flying somewhere over the massive, dense, pitch-black forests of the Pacific Northwest. It's a stormy night, it is incredibly dangerous outside, and right there, in the dark, D.B. Cooper lowers the rear staircase of the moving aircraft. With $200,000 strapped to his chest, he steps out into the howling wind, jumps into the storm, and from that exact second onward, he was never seen again.
Section 5. An unsolved enigma. The ultimate mystery.
The lack of evidence we're left with here is just mind-boggling. Look at what's missing. Despite a massive manhunt, no body was ever found in those forests. To this day, we still don't have a confirmed identity for who D.B. Cooper actually was. Zero proof that he survived the fall. The only physical clue that ever popped up was years later, when a tiny fraction of that ransom money was found mysteriously buried by a riverbank. The rest of the cash? Gone. Completely vanished, just like the man himself. Because we have this massive void of evidence, investigators and armchair detectives have been completely split into 2 camps for decades. Theory 1. The jump was simply too perilous. It was a stormy night, rough terrain, he died in the wilderness, and the Pacific Northwest just swallowed him up. But then you've got Theory 2, the crazy idea that he actually pulled the whole thing off, that he escaped successfully, walked out of those woods a rich man, and lived out his life under a completely fake identity, hiding right in plain sight.
So I want to turn this over to you. As you weigh the facts from this explainer, what do you think? Did the wilderness claim him, or did this ultimate criminal mastermind actually walk away with a fortune?
I want to leave you with this final, totally profound thought that really sums everything up today. More than 50 years later, D.B. Cooper remains the only man in American history to hijack a plane and disappear without a single trace. He stepped onto that plane as a quiet passenger and stepped off of it directly into a legend. So I gotta ask, is D.B. Cooper's skeleton still hiding out there in the deep Pacific Northwest woods? Or did you maybe walk past him on the street today? Thanks for joining me for this explainer. Keep questioning, and I'll see you next time.